Everybody loves music. It's something that has brought people together for all of time. The sound of buzzing harmonies and a catchy melody could touch anybody, and knowing how to make those harmonies is something really special and a really impressive feat. Though there's a lot more to being a musician than most people think, engineering sound, arranging your song into multiple layers as it's best for the audience, and simply just composing the music itself. Many people struggle with the idea of playing a musical instrument and struggle with the technicalities of music theory and knowing your way around every single note. But it's a lot simpler than you think. The piano is the basis of music theory and everything in music. There's no way to avoid it because it's the simplest and most straightforward musical instrument that there is. Today, we'll be going over how to get your hands and mind comfortable with the keys, how to start using your ears to detect tone and create music and just experiment. And then after that, you'll reap the benefits of knowing how to play a musical instrument. Of course, we can't start playing symphonies from the start. We have to get our hands comfortable with the piano first. There's a couple exercises that you could do to try to help your hands get a better feel for the piano. You could go up and down, one by one, each finger, keep moving, just go up and down, and that'll get your hands a lot more comfortable, as well as just using one or two fingers and going up and down the piano with one or two fingers. And that will help you get a grasp of how to move your hands all around the piano. Of course, I only have about an octave and a half here, so I can't exactly stretch boundaries, but it'll help you get the technique of moving everywhere to get every sound that you can. Also, make sure you're doing this with your left hand as well, because you will have to be able to establish background chords and things like that for your right hand to lead the way. And with this left hand, start getting used to playing what's called a triad. Simply put, just pick one key, using only white keys, just pick one, skip the other, play another, skip another one, and play the next. That's called a triad. It's a chord that helps you establish a tone and an atmosphere for your music. And from here, just kind of experiment with it. You don't have to limit yourself to 3 keys. Move the top note to the bottom, or even move 2 notes next to each other. Just use your ears to create a tone or sense of tone and create new music. Of course, that is the basis of everything in music, just using your ears and using them to detect the tone and where you are in a certain moment. For a basic beginning with piano, just pick only white or only black keys. Me personally, I prefer only the black keys because I think it sounds much more pretty and it's much easier to experiment with, but using only white notes is the known basis for learning how to play the piano. And when you're using only these white notes, you'll notice that this note, C, is your home. It feels like a relax. It's your home. It's a way for you to resolve any madness that you might want to create. Just being able to come back to it and resolve everything. And from here, mess around. You want to go up, just go up. You want to go down, go down. And it's pretty simple from there. You're able to use your ears to experiment with everything and just playing something different every time. And also get used to thinking of your triads in both hands. So when you're playing one, notice that the bottom note of the triad is going to be a sense of home, just like that C. In that certain moment of time, that's going to be your home note. So mess around. Always come back to the bottom note of each triad, and you'll notice that it all comes together a lot easier. And also, to add a little spice, add rhythm to your music. Rhythm is the basis of a lot of music, such as R&B with bouncing bass lines and your hip hop today with bouncing 808s and two-stepping hi-hats. Rhythm gives life to your music. It helps you create a story in time and manipulating that time to create new sounds. And once you realize that, you can do anything, create anything, even extend outside of the set scales, and maybe you'll even create jazz, And after you do that, you'll feel a sense of pride. I just did that. And that's the joy that is creating music. Using a musical instrument and creating music is really good for your mental health in many ways. For one, it boosts your pride. being able to play something around others and yourself and it not just be a random cluster of notes and it actually sounds okay, it makes you feel really good, and it also helps boost your confidence. Knowing how to play a musical instrument is also really good for your brain. When you're playing a musical instrument, you are using 3 different parts of your brain: your motor skills, your visual, and your audio skills. This will help you enhance your understanding of many different things, and it will extend outside of music. Also, when you're listening to music, your brain is extremely activated compared to when you're resting. And it just stimulates the mind and brings you to a new piece. Now, I'm not saying that you can just start playing a symphony from the very start, but everybody starts somewhere. You see, playing a musical instrument is different than just a bunch of keys and sounds. It's something that you have to believe in. It will never sound good to you if you don't believe in it. Every bad sound has something special to it. Every wrong tone has a different element that is beautiful. And you have to be able to believe that, no matter how bad the day. And music is a gift given to us. The unity of the music creates a unity in ourselves, and creating it is a really amazing thing. And all you need to create that and use that gift is to get your hands and mind comfortable with the keys, to use your ears to sense your tone and experiment, and then from there, you found a new sensation. So the next time you go into your buddy's house and see an old vintage piano sitting around, try it out. It might not be so terrible. Thank you.